Good morning, Respring family. This is the June post-board meeting update. I wanted to take a few minutes to recap last night's school board meeting and wish everybody a wonderful summer. We're getting ready here to wrap up summer school and just appreciate all those students that came to participate. And I know there was a lot of fun and a lot of growth here, all the way from our preschool all the way up through high school. Thankful for, really appreciative of all of our staff who've been working hard to ensure that summer school was a success, and look forward to everybody having a good rest of their summer vacation and gearing up. We're gearing up and prepping for a wonderful new school year. So we had a brief meeting last night, not a lot on the agenda, but as always, it was a good meeting, and look forward to always meeting with our school board who are committed to serving our community and doing the best that they can to fulfill the mission that we have. And that's one of the things we did last night is briefly reviewed our mission. The Respring School District exists to equip and inspire students to reach their maximum potential through a commitment to academic and personal excellence by providing an innovative, student-centered, world-class education in a relationship-driven community. We feel strongly that our mission has been driving us over these last 3 years since it was developed to create the best educational environment for our kids. While we understand it's not always an easy task, and we're not always perfect in that call, we're certainly driven to achieve that end. And I feel like there's been a lot of great things that have happened over the last few years to really extend learning experiences for our kids and help meet their academic and personal growth and to help them achieve excellence. We are gearing up for a new year, and it's exciting to see, see that we're kind of getting away from kind of that intense COVID experience and praying that that never happens again. But we're looking forward to really diving deeper into instructional growth and improvements amongst our staff, continue to implement that strategy too of high quality teaching and learning from our strategic plan. So a lot of great things happening. I'm very proud of the work. Provide an update. There have been some legislative sessions changes. Amanda Rogers is our MSB, our gal on our board member who's kind of staying tapped into some of those legislative things from a school board member perspective. We talked briefly about some of those items last night. Some of those you'll see some changes in regards to some approaches that we're doing with literacy that should help and expand what we're doing for kids. There's just a variety of things that we're waiting on some guidance from the Department of Education on. So as those things become really kind of more clarified for us and really become signed into law by the governor and information released to us on implementation, we'll share that and communicate that information out. Updated our enrollment for the year. We were up about 40 students from previous years, and our ADA finished about 24 points higher than last year as well, which will help with some of our funding. So overall, that was good. We want to continue to encourage this next school year. Being at school just matters, and we want kids to be here in class, and so we want to continue to seek out high attendance. That's the only way we can really help kids learn and grow. So we just encourage kids to be here and be present. I was excited last night to be able to share with the board, kind of give them an update on our community playgrounds. We have partnered with Unlimited Play. Unlimited Play is an organization that's, as many of you have heard my presentations as we are preparing for the bond passing. I talked about Zachary and Natalie Mackey, his mom, and the playground that they created for him. And so we have actually partnered with her. She's created a nonprofit who's done all-inclusive playgrounds throughout the state, throughout the country, and now going internationally. So we partnered with her, who's helping us design from beginning to end the playgrounds. Specifically, our two playgrounds that are going to be our highest priority, obviously, are our primary school as it's getting renovated, and then our community playground. And then down the road, we'll hope to make all of our playgrounds in the district inclusive. So we talked about that, kind of highlighted and showcased a little bit of what this playground is going to look like. I'm excited to be able to communicate to you designs as we get to that point. I think you start to think playground and your brain can go to different places, but to really see what we're talking about is really, truly going to be magical. Excited about that. We had Jason Reinsch Jason is our new youth sports activities director. He is just an amazing staff member. We were able to add him on last year onto our staff, and he teaches for us, teaches history, and also is our baseball coach and cross country coach, and now has taken on our youth sports program. He has a lot of experience in youth sports and it has a great vision. So he presented some of that vision last night. I feel like the foundation of what we've done in youth sports has been good, and I think he's ready to take that program to the next level as he is really in a position with his knowledge and expertise and his relationships within the other programs to help expand and extend our youth sports experience for all of our kids pre-middle school. So appreciate him and look forward to continuing progress there. Gave an update last night on our projects. We are busy as most of you know. We have moved out of the primary school. It is empty for the summer completely. So that building is getting demoed. They've been demolitioning that building for a while now. Or for the last few weeks. It's amazing how much progress they're making. Actually, timeline-wise, we feel like we're really making good progress with demolition and just gearing up and trying to get all that noise work done as fast as possible so we can get our early childhood back in there in August. There are some pieces of supplies and things that have some long timelines due to just low inventory, and so that's kind of adjusted some of our timeline on different projects within the primary school, but we still feel like we're on a good timeline to be able to have that building open at the beginning of August 2023. So really excited about that. The other thing that was good, really positive that happened this past week is Dake Wells, our architect firm, met with me and Steve Verheyen. They have obviously noticed and have seen the impact that increased escalation has created within our building projects. The cost of these projects are much higher than what we even knew going into the bond. Really, the cost of everything is just significantly higher. And so with that escalation, the architects felt like their prices should not go up at the same rate as that inflation. They feel like they're not experiencing that same impact that we are. And so they've actually requested that we reduce their fees, the percentage of fees that they get from 6% to 5.75. So that'll save us about $150,000. So appreciate Matt and Brandon at Dake Wells and their team for thinking about that and actually coming back and saying we want to actually reduce our fees. Had the spring sports program review from the spring. We had a good spring season. The Board of Education approved our new employee manual that's been supported through our attorneys. They're helping ensure that our employee manuals, our student handbooks, and our board policies all align and communicate. So we've been working on that for quite some time. So last night, the employee manuals were approved. They also approved a new extra duty stipend that was proposed for Skills USA at Gibson Technical Center and increased our hostess stipend by $1,000. So that happened last night. They adopted a preliminary budget for the next school year, really very raw. The final budget that will kind of be our operating, we can always amend it. Our budget, the way school budgets work, the board approves those changes, but it can happen any month at any point in time. And so really the next fiscal year operating budget will go into effect in August. That's when we'll really do a deep dive. The final thing that we discussed last night is a proposed attendance incentive. This is new information for our staff, and it was my hope that we could actually kind of take a little bit of time and try to get people in our HR committee to talk to us a little bit more, but we're going to have to just move forward without them, and I think they'll be okay. We are working on implementing an incentive program that the board approved last night. It will be officially approved in policy in August. However, we are working towards implementing that now. And so what this will essentially mean, and there may be some adjustments, is that if employees have good attendance, they'll be rewarded and compensated for days that are not used. And so while I'll have a lot of information that will come out so our employees know of this huge benefit. But the key piece of this is that with a 4-day school week, with the importance of having the best employees in front of our kids, whether it's on the bus or the cafeteria or in the classroom or wherever it may be, it's important that we have staff here. And so we're gonna reward, I guess is the best way to say it, employees that have really great attendance. And so there'll be a compensation rate, most likely that'll be $100 per day that are unused. But I'll explain that in depth because I know staff will really need to know the details of that. I'll explain that in depth over the next month, especially before, as we get into July, our 12-month employees are really going to want to know that you don't want to use vacation if you don't have to, because those vacation days will get paid out at a high rate, and I'll make sure that it's all explained. So excited about the board that they're willing to do that. And our sub issue has really created the need that we look at some of this because we have limited subs, and so really encouraging staff to be here. This is also something that was in our strategic plan, so it's part of our strategic plan that we're working towards. Really a great benefit. I'm excited about that again. I think that's it. That's all we really discussed last night. I'm proud of the Board of Education for their hard work. We're off in the month of July, but we'll be back again in August. Continue to work as hard as we can for your kids. Thanks everyone. Enjoy your summer, and we'll talk to you soon.